All right, we're going to talk a little bit today about functions and tables. So we have this sense where we know that a function is something where we put a value in, or we give it some input and it gives us some output. And we've defined functions algebraically at this point. So we've written functions like g of x is equal to 3 over 4x plus 2. And we've been able to do things like, say, when the input is 4, I can find what the output would be by letting the x become 4 and evaluating the function, so finding what 3 over 4 times that input would be, right? Because we're letting that x become 4 plus 2. 3 over 4 times 4 would just be 3 plus 2, which would be 5. If you're having trouble with this piece of arithmetic, you probably want to jump back into Khan Academy and look up multiplying fractions by whole numbers. If you search for that, you'll find a whole set of videos and exercises all about that. So we have then that g of 4 is equal to 5. Today we're going to talk about how we can hold this information in something called the t-chart, and then how we can add information to a t-chart. So for this function, we're going to go ahead and make a table. That table is going to have two pieces of information connected to each other. One of those pieces of information is going to be the input values, the values for x. The other piece of information is going to be the output values, so the values for g of x. Right? G of x is the output for function g when the input is x. So when the input is 4, we just found out that the output is 5. Now I'm going to give you guys some other values, and I want you to think about how you would find what those values are. So we'd like to find the output when x is negative 16, when x is 0, and when x is 8. And then we'd like to find the input if we're given the output. Say we want to know what x has to be for the output to be 32, or the output to be negative 16. So let's go ahead